up, world? It's DJ Black Soldier, the BSQ YouTube channel, and coming in for 2020, I'm hitting y'all with the top 5 ways to add music to your DJ collection. This is to put you on with some of the best routes I've used over almost 10 years of DJing to get some of those new songs, throwbacks, but also those songs that are really made for the mix shows. So stay tuned for it all, man, but we're gonna get into it, and I'll be going from the least to the favorite. Coming in at number 5, we got ripping. So ripping music is real old school. You know, this is the only way we were able to like kind of have music that was on the radio. So whether you listen to the radio, you're using streaming sites, of course there's always ways to kind of get that music and rip it. And you know, it's some of the pros, of course, is free to listen and stream, but the cons, you have to deal with like editing it and taking out ads, and sometimes it's DJs talking over the tracks, and the qualities is not always there, and you're limited to skips, of course, with streaming sites. So if you don't get it right the first time, then you gotta go back and re-download, and it can just turn into a lot. But ripping, it's still an option if I really need to do it, but that's number 5. Number 4 is going to the store. I know it sounds played out, but record stores still exist, or even just having a music selection in stores, it's still there. And I give it to like Target. They actually have like the best in the new music, because they'll have the vinyl there if you need it. And I think they still do CDs. There are, you know, the real CDs, parental advisory, so you might have to like edit or clean music yourself, but you know, it's a good place to shop if you need a whole album. So another store I used to use is Walmart. People sleep on it, but Walmart, they be having the new albums and throwbacks, and guess what? It's clean. So for those who are going to be getting into, you know, doing like basketball games, community fairs, or the radio, of course, Walmart's a good place, I guess, to get the clean albums entirely. You know, you got your iTunes. I don't know if they still do it, but a lot of these downloading sites, the Google Play, you can buy albums, or you can buy songs specifically if that's the route you want to go. But some of the pros and cons there, of course, you get to own it, and you get to play it as much as you want because you bought it. But some of the cons, if you go into the store, you have to wait in lines. They don't always have it in stock and available for the album you might want. But, you know, if they do, there you go. And you get it right on site, or you can download it right to your palm. Coming in at number 3. And a lot of guys sleep on this one, man. Record labels. I'm talking like Def Jam, 300, Interscope. Like, these guys have guys on the street and A&Rs getting the music circulated all the time. So it's no excuse for you to not have these major labels, and the independents too. Like, these guys are serious about getting their music, especially on the radio. So if you do radio shows, I advise you, put together a nice little email, get you a text message that you can, you know, kind of pass to these guys, hit them in their DMs, and Google them. If you don't know the names, Google them. Getting into the pros, of course, these are free singles. So if you get the labels to hook you up and send you music, you're getting free singles. Most of the time, it's the clean and the dirty version. So you'll be safe with the radio and be able to turn up the club and not have to have everything sounding like it's a radio station. So another pro, leaks. I mean, and I'm talking about real leaks. These labels, you know, they try to put it out there like they don't do it. They do, because they want you to have the music before it drops. And a lot of DJs, especially if you do like nighttime sets at on the radio, they want you to spin it first, you know, before midnight, before they drop it to the world. So leaks, you know, that's a good thing that these record labels do, and why you need to get in tune with them. But also a con. These guys, they're real hard to get in touch with, especially if they don't know you, they don't know the station you work for. So you got to be real persistent with them. A lot of times, they're going to want a favor. So it's always a favor for a favor game. So be ready, because even though you want that single, they might send you 5 singles, even from artists you don't know. But you need to start playing them, because that's another thing. If you're not playing the songs like you said you're going to play, and these guys listen. These guys really do listen. They will cut you off, and they'll stop, sending you those hits you want. So stay on top of it with the record label guys. Maintain good relationships, please. Number 2, so important yet so slept on. DJs. Yes, your homies, your guys, even some of y'all out there who think that's your competition. Yeah, it is in certain instances, but they're also the ones that's going to be putting you in tune with some new music, especially if they're on the radio in the clubs, or they work with an artist particularly. That's why I put them in front of the record labels, because the artists, they gonna chop it up with the DJs first, because the DJs are gonna put it where it needs to be heard, which is in the streets, on the radio, and where you need it. So some of the pros, of course, with the DJs, most of the time they give you the clean and the dirty, and then they give you the newest music. They give you drops if you need drops for your radio show or your mix shows from artists. So that's why it's important to have that relationship. So some of the cons is it is based on your relationship. So these guys don't really just pass out their music to just any other DJs. They gotta feel like you gonna help them, they gonna help you. But it is important to get those relationships started early, especially for you guys who are new to this. You must connect with other DJs. But I ain't gonna say everybody. Those who are moving and playing what you want to be playing too. Because, we gotta be able to circulate. Another con with the DJs is some of them, they will have an I put you on attitude. And I mean, you gotta deal with it, because if they sent it to you first, okay, they kind of did put you on, but you might have to deal with that, and they'll be the ones that say they broke it before everybody else in some instances. And then let's get into it. My number 1, and please subscribe, like, and drop your comments if you use any of these tips or ways to listen to your music. But number 1 is DJ record pools. So the way that this differentiates from all other factors is these are specifically made subscribe pools where you in most instances, you pay to be a part of them, and you get to download as much as you want. You get to particularly search for songs just as you want, and they just the best thing to ever happen to the internet for DJs. So some of the ones that are real known, of course, you got BPM Supreme, you got the Beat Junkies, and then my personal favorite is my12inch.com. These guys, they really particular, and a lot of them, they have like applications you gotta kind of submit online before you join, or you gotta register in some type of way, because they don't want just anybody downloading these songs. But if you're paying to be a part of it, understand that's exactly what it is, and your membership is what you get. Getting into the pros of being a part of a DJ record pool. You get, of course, the clean versions, the dirty versions. Then this is where it gets real fun. You get the intro versions just for mix shows, acapellas in some cases, the instrumentals. Like every piece of the track that you've been waiting for, even if you're like a producer, it's a good thing to get into, because these record pools, they be having it, man. They are the number 1 plug for me. High quality, the newest to the throwbacks, in a lot of instances if you need to go back. And some of them, they have like specialty crates where you can download a whole crate. Say you just want the top, choices for the weddings, you can get a whole crate. You got a barbecue cookout, you can get a whole crate. Prom, school dances, crate. Like, these record pools, they really help out in those instances. Another big pro, depending on which record pool you're a part of, you can actually get your membership fee waived in some instances when you work on commercial radio. So if you got a radio show on the station that's popping and commercial access, like hit these guys up and just send them a little message, or when you're doing the registration, put that down, because they might just waive your membership fee, and that way you're exclusive to the record pool. So stay on top of that. Getting into the cons, if you really want to call it one, I don't really think it's a con, but these guys aren't cheap. I mean, a lot of these record pools, you're downloading like probably hundreds of songs a month for a certain amount. I'll say the average is probably $20-$30 a month. So imagine that you're getting all these songs for just about that much, plus more if you digging into those crates that they have. But there are, on some of these sites, there are limits. If you have to go back and do throwbacks, like they'll probably cap you at a certain number, because that's just like them giving you their personal collection at this point. Because the new stuff, of course, that's coming from the record labels, that's coming from the independents, that's coming like directly down the pipeline, because they want everyone to play it. But the older stuff, that's like, me kind of giving you my collection. So I understand even why they kind of cap it. Or a lot of them, if you get too many of the big crates, or you get too many of the throwbacks, they'll have like a maximum per month. And then you got to pay like per song download for those old school. But I haven't run into that issue with the newer music. It's like, like I said, that's the best comparison I guess I can do for you. It's like the new music, no problem, download as much as you want. The throwbacks, you're probably gonna get to pump your brakes, because that's like somebody's personal collection. Once again, those were the top 5 ways to get your music for your DJ collection in 2020. Just a quick recap. Number 5, ripping music, getting it from these radio stations and playing it off of these streaming sites. Number 4, going to the store, buying albums, downloading music off of your phone. Those ways you can keep the music and it's yours. Number 3, dealing with record labels, having the A&Rs and the guys that work at circulating the music to send you the music. Number 2, DJs, us supporting and helping each other by circulating amongst each other. And number 1 way, record pools. DJ record pools specifically made for us, radio, mobile, events, new to it DJs that just need to build their collection. Those are my top 5. Just a little more insight. I've been doing this for almost 10 years now, and I've tried it all. And I remember when I just had 10 songs on my iTunes, and I thought I was a DJ, which I was, but very limited. Then I got 100 songs, still thought I was doing it, but then I learned there's so much more. 1,000 songs, not enough. 10,000, you're getting in the league. 20,000, you're playing it safe. Over 30,000 songs, which is like where I'm at. I mean, how could you stop the party? So, and I don't think that's enough. But for now, I just make mention, download your music daily. Look on these sites before you go to gigs. Find those songs. There's too many ways. Find those songs your clients want, but also that you love, and the versions that you know will be appropriate, and not just play some bogus rip version that is supposed to be clean. Get the real version, man. There's too many ways out there. But that's your man, DJ Black Soldier. Send me a message if you need any help along your path, or drop a comment. Let me know some more streaming sites and ways that you get your music for your DJ sets. In the meantime, salute the DJ. It's the BS2U YouTube channel. Much love, Black Soldier.